Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Alright, so our next movie that we saw before The Shallows was
Independence Day Resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
And boy howdy, Jesus Christ. It was a, how do I put it, colossal failure?
This is probably
The worst movie I've seen this year.
Yeah.
By far.
Best way to describe it. And look, if you're going into this movie and you enjoyed it, good for you. That's all I gotta say. Good for you. I thought let me start off with this. I'm not a huge fan of the first one.
I am.
Yeah, he is.
I really love
but
the first
one
Independence Day.
shits all over this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because the first one at least had some fucking charm to it.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, I give it that. It is entertaining.
This one was not even remotely entertaining.
No. The first one had charm to it. You know what I mean? So, name some. Go ahead.
I was gonna. Yeah. There's really no good, so we might as well just get right into it. This movie made me physically ill.
Yeah.
Like, granted, there are some reasons for that, but regardless, coming out of this movie, the second the credits hit, like, I was fine the whole time we watched the movie. I did fall asleep a couple of times, but I was fine the entire movie, and then just as the credits hit, I had to run out and throw up in the theater. It was that bad. Like, I'm not saying that it's the movie's fault, but it's just like, my body was just like, oh, this shit show is finally done. Go expel yourself.
Okay, so let's name some positives about the first Independence Day. The first Independence Day had
Will Smith in its prime.
Yeah, Will Smith in his prime. It had some okay characters, I want to say.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, Bill Pullman.
You know, I like the
Jeff
fact...
Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum was really good in the movie. Like,
that's part of the second one, I think. Somewhat. Well,
yeah.
He looked like he knew what he was in.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, the performances from the first one were definitely way, way better.
Because they had charisma to it.
Yeah, like, you know, there was like heart and soul put into the movie, not just by the filmmakers, but the actors. Like, you could tell that they believed in what they were doing.
Exactly.
This movie was nothing but a cash grab, and I feel like everybody and their mom who was in this movie knew that and didn't really care to... They're just like, I'm just here to collect my paycheck.
I just hate the fact that they tried to make Liam Hemsworth the Will Smith in this movie. I'm like, dude, you are not Will Smith. Like, for instance, the scene where they're in the alien ship and he pulls down his pants and he starts peeing and gives it the finger. You killed my parents. I was like, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even gonna.
Charisma. There's no charisma.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even gonna bother to give a spoiler warning because honestly, don't see this movie.
I don't care if you. I don't care if you get spoiled for this. Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, like, there's not a whole lot to really say that isn't bad about this movie. Like, basically, coming out of it, like, when I put some thought into it later, this whole movie was just like, Independence Day 2, everybody gets a sidekick.
Pretty much.
Because they somehow brought back Brent Spiner, somehow, even though he very clearly died in the first one. But no, he was just in a coma for 20 years.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So
and I love that he had a laser gun stored.
Yeah.
Right? That was hilarious. I do like Brent Spiner, though. I want to see him in more stuff. He looked like the only person that was having a good time while making this.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to the girl who was in It Follows.
Her performance didn't do anything for me.
Look, I think that she's a good actress. I think she was fine in this. Like, she didn't piss me off like the other ones.
Oh no, okay, I guess
like,
I agree with that.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, what with the script, what was she gonna do? But I can see why she took it. to get herself out there.
Yeah, I get that.
I like her as an actress. I think she's very attractive too, and
I think that she could do better and will do better after this movie.
Yeah. She'll get more shit. But I just want to give her a little shout out that she didn't piss me off. Liam Hemsworth pissed me off. Will Smith's son in the movie pissed me off. It was completely pointless.
Dude, I was groaning the entire time, but never louder than at the end when they take down the queen and you just hear Will Smith's son like, woo, ha. I'm like, really?
No, I think they shared it.
Oh god!
I think Will Smith's son went woo, and then Liam went ha ha.
Because it was at that point that I like ran out to throw up. That's like the last thing I remember hearing before the movie ended.
And way to give the middle finger to Bill Pullman.
Yeah. The best character from the first movie. The reason that I go back and watch that movie every year on the 4th of July, they brought him back, and I was like, cool, Bill Pullman being brought back, that is 100% A-okay, fine by me. And you knew he was going to die, but for fuck's sake, give him, like, the death he deserves. Like, he basically tried to pull a Randy Quaid from the first one and, like, heroically sacrifice himself. And he failed.
What makes me laugh is this. You have Bill Pullman, the former president, goes up to the Queen Alien, looks at the Queen Alien and says, "Happy 4th of July." Alien should have died right there.
Yeah.
But no.
That should have been the end of the movie.
He basically sacrifices himself, and he breaks the shield of the ship, but not the Queen.
Right.
So...
Because the Queen has her own shield somehow, or whatever. That's
fine, because it's sci-fi and it's goofy, but... Like, look, I love Starship Troopers. I love movies like that, but there's like a charm behind it.
Yeah.
This felt like a fucking chore.
Exactly.
That's the best way to describe it.
Like,
the reason why I say Starship Troopers is because of that one scene where they're all shooting the guns. That is one positive, actually. I'm thinking about it right now. I did like that they took the future technology.
Okay.
That was remotely cool.
Although at times, like, I've heard other reviewers say this, and I finally get it now having seen the movie. Like, it was a little bit confusing in, like, the final battle, because, like, the Earth had, like, these futuristic, like, alien human hybrid ships, so it was kind of hard to tell who to root for.
Oh, there was too much shit
the
happening.
Dogfight, yeah.
No, there was it was a CGI fest.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you had to use CGI, but they didn't use it well. Because I didn't care about these characters, man.
No,
it was
not even remotely.
Super fucking bland. It was really this whole movie. The other issue this movie has too is that it didn't have build up. The whole movie felt like they were trying to just redo the third act of the first one.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and then one of the dumbest things, in my opinion, was apparently Liam Hemsworth's character and Will Smith's son have like this. They like hate each other the whole time, because at one point when they were in like training or whatever, they were in a simulator, and Liam Hemsworth's character accidentally, I guess, almost killed Will Smith's son in a simulation, and he's just gonna hold on to that grudge for fucking years after that. And I hate you, and every time I see you, I'm just gonna punch you in the face.
Was it a simulation or was it a training?
It was like a training simulation.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not gonna lie, I was in and out. I did fall asleep once, but I woke up like 5 minutes later because I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. Like, my body was telling me no.
Yeah. I even laid down after a while. Yeah, it was that not bad, to say, man. Like, because I fell asleep while I was still sitting, but like I laid down after a while. I didn't even care enough to like see the whole screen anymore. I was just like, my body doesn't want this right now. I'm just gonna lay down. I can see like 45% of the screen. That's good enough. It was too late. Like, this movie should have came out in 1999 or 98 or 2000.
it's fucking 20 years later. It's too goddamn late. Will Smith was missing. Like, they should have... When Will Smith said no...
That should have been your first sign.
That should have been the first indication. I mean, no, Will Smith says no to good shit, but...
But even still, like, for you to lose out on your main character from the first movie, a big reason why a lot of people even saw the movie, and why people really enjoyed the movie, because he gave such a charismatic performance, like, you know you're not gonna get that back.
Well, he was in the movie.
Oh yeah,
for a brief second. Remember, he was the painting in the White House.
They had a painting of him in the White House, and that was it.
They just took a picture from Independence Day, and they made it look like a fucking
painting.
A painting, yeah. Another thing that made me laugh too is in the beginning when the aliens are watching the speech from Bill Pullman. They were literally watching Independence Day.
Yeah, they were.
They were literally watching. They had like the close up on his face and everything. They were literally watching Independence Day, which made me laugh. I guess I give props to them connecting the alien migraines. I guess
maybe.
I just want
to give my ratings and be done with this.
What's another? Oh, I gotta see if there's anything else that pisses me off about this movie.
There's so much that pisses me off about this movie. I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, well, like I said this to you earlier. The humor in this movie makes the Transformers movie so fucking funny. The humor fell so fucking flat. Yeah. I mean, granted, the humor in Independence Day,
it doesn't necessarily corny. Hold up now,
it's
but
corny.
Like, but it's the kind of corny you can get behind.
Yeah, like there was like a charm. Like I know I sound like a broken record. There was a charm to the first one. There was no charisma.
Yeah,
to this.
And like,
you know what this was like? This is like the Independence Day was like like just a greased up clubber going to the club and getting all the girls. This is that clubber 30 years later in his 40s,
still going back to it.
Yeah, still thinking he's got it. Going back to the club like, what? You're old. Just, you know what? That's the best. I just thought of that right now. That's the best way to describe this movie.
I was gonna say, was Independence Day the last good Roland Emmerich movie?
I mean, unless you count Stargate or whatever the fuck it was. With Kurt Russell.
I like Stargate.
I really don't care for his movies that much.
Yeah.
What did he make? 2012?
Yeah, he did.
Wow, this guy has a knack for
shitty movies.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention too. I felt nothing when the destruction happened.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I did not like
landmarks. They like to get the landmarks.
Yeah. like at least in the first one there was a build up to it.
Yeah.
There was like, you know, like
they like hovered over places, but we didn't know what was gonna happen. It's just like, what's going on? These aliens are just hanging out up there. This one, the giant fucking like planet-sized alien ship just
that had its own
gravity. It has its own gravitational pull.
Yeah.
It just lands on Earth.
Yeah, it doesn't fuck with the tides or anything.
Just lifts some buildings and landmarks. What goes up must come down.
Well, they were drilling in the ocean, and those dudes. I'm not gonna even get into that. But
the moral of the story is, Jeff Goldblum's really Jewish dad adopted a bunch of orphan kids.
Every time he said something stupid, like David, I kept screaming out, he's Jewish. We get it. He's Jewish. That's great. You're still trying to do these stereotypes in 2016. I love it. It was funny in '96.
Not so much now.
I guess it was funny in '96. But another quick thing too that kind of made me laugh. I was like, that's kind of funny. When the big explosion happened and the White House, the flag just tipped over. The White House, nothing happened. That actually made me laugh a little bit, a little tight. Come on, that was funny. That was a little funny, but.
Okay.
Bill Pullman didn't even have I thought he was gonna have a good speech. Remember he was talking and and that's it.
Yep.
It was like 10 seconds, and then Will Fichtner.
Yeah, William Fichtner was the one who gave his.
It wasn't even a good speech. He was just like, what Look, it's my first day. I'm gonna be president. Wait, what happened to the female president? Did she die?
Yeah, she died.
See, I don't even remember.
I was asleep. I definitely
Madam President.
I didn't even know she died. My cousin is actually the one who told me that.
Really?
Yeah, no, because I was talking to. I wanted to read what he said on Facebook because he's the one who told me about it because I didn't know.
I thought she got like impeached because of like emails or something.
All right, so last night. My cousin commented on my post on Facebook because I said that Independence Day made me physically ill, and his response was, "It was horrible." I was sitting next to he was sitting next to his son. He's like, I was sitting next to my son, and I told him, he's like, I told him he's gonna die, he's gonna die, he's gonna die. Even he's talking about the president. He's like, I said even the president had to die. My exact words were, "I hate her. She's going to die." 10 agonizing minutes later, she did. Then, I said the former president had to be the one to save the world, and he did, technically. I got so tired of being right about every single scene that I just fell asleep and gave up on this movie. My cousin willingly just went to... Okay, 3 people. You, me, and my cousin just decided, fuck it, I'm going to sleep because this movie's so bad.
I didn't even, want to. Well, I didn't fight it.
Exactly. So, I would say, out of 10, I'd give Independence Day Resurgence a 2.
I'd give it a 1. I'd give it a 1, and... Actually, no, man. I'd give it a 0. I'd give it a 0, and a grade, an F.
I'd give it a 2 only because I understand why they tried. And they brought back as many people as they could, and those people were kind of the saving grace of this movie because the new cast did nothing for me at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm giving it a 2. Essentially off of the merits of Jeff Goldblum and Brent Spiner, because they actually looked like, they were competent actors in this shit pile of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Still doesn't change the fact that this movie's god-awful.
Yeah. No, but, yeah, I give it a freaking F. And
definitely. Fuck.
I love corny movies like Starship Troopers is one, and that's the only one I can think of right now. But it was just bad, man.
Yeah.
I don't look. If you like it, good for you. If you have fun with it.
If you like it, what's wrong with you?
I'm
gonna be that asshole. If you like Independence Day Resurgence, you should probably watch better movies.
Yeah, it was not good, man. It was just a big mess. Definitely the worst of the year so far.
Yeah, definitely. It just made me so mad coming out of that theater.
Yeah. All right, so
that's it for this week.
That's it for this week. We're gonna take a break next week.
Yeah, because it's surprisingly
vacation time.
It's Independence Day next week, so I want to watch the good movie. I'm actually gonna watch it again. Because we watched the first one. We watched the first one before we went to see this one, but I'm gonna watch that again. So we're gonna take a week off and just get some time to relax and do what we gotta do. All right. So we'll check in with you guys next week, or in 2 weeks actually.
Yep, 2 weeks.
See ya.